Okay. Surprise, surprise, surprise live stream. Wednesday night live. Okay, here we go. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jen. Hi, Sandy. Hello, hello. Live chat, everybody. Don't forget live chat. Hi, Tracy. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with this tonight. Hi, Sherry. How's everybody doing? Hope you all having a good day. Hi, Carol. Hi, Marguerite. We're going to use a new stamp from the new release from Technique Junkies. We're going to do a technique that I did on a stamp from last month's release. It's sort of an Emboss Resist ink blending. So this was the kind of inspiration card. I ink blended a background, I embossed it, and then just added some little embellishments. Hi, Jennifer. And we're going to go for a similar look tonight using the new floral arrangement, which is the flower corner arrangement. So this is another one that I did last month for Technique Junkies. This is from last month, and this is this month. Hi, Carmen. Okay, we've got people jumping on our live, so that's awesome. Thank you all so much for jumping on. Greatly appreciate it. Hi, Elizabeth. You did such a nice job on your live. And seriously, you never have to rush. If I say to you, hey, I think I'm going live after you, don't ever rush, because I have so many other things to do. It's no big deal. So please, I just want you to know that, Elizabeth, because I know Wednesday night is your night. So I appreciate, Elizabeth, you going first and letting people know that I would be going next. That is so nice of you. Thank you. All right. So what you'll need for this project, if you ever decide to do it yourself, well, what I would recommend would be a beautiful stamp. This is last month's from Technique Junkies. It's the Poppy arrangement. This is the size of it from Technique Junkies. That's last month. And these are the cards that I made last month. Okay. I know, Tracy. I know exactly what you mean. And really, one of my subscribers, she saw that I had cards up, but she didn't see any video. So I thought I would do a video, and I would basically create a very similar card using this month's floral arrangement from Technique Junkies, which is called Flower Corner Arrangement. So that's what we're going to do. I just want to let you know where I was going and what I was thinking. I know, isn't it gorgeous, Cindy? And I love it with this red. And this is like a brown ink that I used a brown ink and a clear embossing powder. And then I went over it with red, Catherine Polar Rouge. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty on the red. Then I put gold foil in the background and a little sentiment and some sequins. Yeah, that turned out really nice. Such a beautiful red card. But tonight, what we'll do is we'll make a card and we'll use the corner arrangement. And I want to say that if you haven't seen the new release from Technique Junkies, it is so pretty. Let me grab my code so that you will know what it is in case you're interested in grabbing any of these from Technique Junkies. Just give me 1 second here. I will make sure that I have my computer plugged in so my battery doesn't die. And turn the volume down on it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this sequence has little tiny holes in it. Little tiny, but it's so sparkly you really can't see the holes. Probably. Okay. Okay, so let me write this down. It is TJ10 Tracy. Grab a piece of paper. And I want to do that first. Okay. So this will be for everybody to remember. Oh, that's not a very good color. I mean, gray is a nice color, but not for something that I'm trying to broadcast. Yeah, you can fill the hole with dewdrop. This is a T. This is a J. 10. And this Sharpie is about out of ink. Okay, it's going in the garbage. Because that's frustrating to me. Don't put a marker that's about out of ink back in the drawer. Just a little pet peeve. All right, here we go. Let's do that again. T, J, 10, Tracy. TJ has to be capitalized. And that's 10% off at Technique Junkies. And the new stamps that are in the new release, so this stamp, this flower corner arrangement, is also 15% off until March the 8th. So not only would you get 15% off, which is taken off at checkout. Hi, Jen. But if you use my coupon, you get an additional 10%. So that's 25% off of a stamp that's a really good price to begin with, right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, you get 15% off for the new release. This is a new release stamp. So it's a super awesome deal, right? Okay. I also want to show you real quick the other stamps that I worked with this month for Technique Junkies. This one is called To Ride a Horse. And in case you didn't know, I made 3 cards using this beautiful stamp set. And my video with these cards was on March 1st, which would have been Monday. And that is an awesome stamp set. And I thought it was, oh, good, Tracy. I'm glad you got it. I thought it was interesting because I had mentioned that horses was like one of my first loves. When I was like 9, 10 years old, I wanted a horse so bad. And a lot of people said the same thing, that they either also loved horses when they were a preteen, or that they had their own horse, or they are a horse lover. So I really was super, super excited that there were so many, horse lovers out there. And people said, I can't resist a stamp with a horse on it. So I'm super excited. Yeah. I loved working with this set. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's got to be my first video of the month. And you know, back in the 80s when I was a youngster, um, pink and blue, light pink and light blue was a big thing. And it was sort of like the Love's Baby Soft, you know, like light pastel colors and everything. Yeah, so I made my colors that sort of pink and blue color scheme, which you don't really think that much with horses, but I thought it worked out nice. Yeah. Hi, Jen. Ha, thanks, Jen. I was super, I just had so much fun with this. I really did. Boy, my table's really vibrating tonight. Let me make sure that my little, I want to make sure this is nice and steady here. Okay, that should be better. So yeah, if you watched Ryan Monday night, I know Doesn't Love's Baby Soft bring back so many memories. That was like our first perfume. Yeah. Anyways, the other night Ryan did his live and he showed all of the Technique Junkie stamps. And he showed this one and it got a lot of reaction from a lot of people, okay? So a lot of people were like, oh, that's the coronavirus and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not what I saw when I saw the stamp, all right? That's not what I saw. What I saw was this beautiful kind of mod 1970s background or 1960s, maybe even 1950s background. And I thought, how cute would this little Easter bunny be with this background? So dandelions. And you'll see in my videos, this month I'll have more videos, but I want to give you a sneak peek because you're so sweet. You jumped on my live tonight. I wanted to show you what I did with Easter Bunny and this, it's called Dotted Blooms background. All right. I really went for the color. You guys know I love bright, bold colors. I like pastel colors, but I really wanted it to be like all about spring and Easter time. And I think I'm too close. Hold on a second, because I feel like I'm cutting off some of my card. What I did was I stamped the stamp. And then if you'll notice, this is what it looks like when you stamp it one time. So just a single impression, just a single color. This is what it looks like. It's a wonderful background stamp, right? Beautiful. Yep. Okay. But then what I did was I grabbed my ombre ink pads that I have a couple of, and I flipped it. So I stamped it, and then I flipped my paper and I stamped it again. So you'll see it with this one a little bit more detailed. I used two different color inks, and this is what it looks like with a single stamping, and then right beside it is a multiple stamping, and I think it looks really nice. I think it gives it a little bit of, like, obviously less white space, but I think there's still plenty of white space on this card panel. And I like the way that the stamp itself can be turned. Yeah, so you can get more than one look out of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, and I did the same thing with this. I used like a turquoise and a purple, and then I turned it and I stamped it again. So I put it in my stamp positioner like this, and then I left the stamp where it was. I picked up my paper and I just turned it. So I turned my paper like this. Turned it upside down, basically. That's what I did. So, hi, Margaret. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, fireworks, definitely. I think it's just a really cool background image. And I just love the way the Easter Bunny looks with it. And then I had a die from my stash. just like a lawn fawn dye that had the grass. And I picked this kind of different color. It's not exactly your everyday green. It's more of a teal green. But I just thought it really looked great with all these colors, even the pink and the orange color. So these are all Catherine Pooler inks, except for this one. This one is one of those neon ink pads for, I think, from Hero Arts that has like ombre. So that is the only thing about this one that's a little bit different. And you can see it's not as bright and vivid. Yeah, Kentucky Bluegrass. There you go. Kentucky Bluegrass. You got it. So I kind of went a little crazy, and I made about 30 of these cards. If you want one, send me an email to my email. I'll send you one. They're not all finished yet, right? They're not all finished yet. But I'm going to finish them, and I'm going to send them out to all you lovely card makers. If you want one. If you want one, you guys, my email is thehopefulcrafter@gmail.com. I'd be happy to share a card with you if you want one of these Easter Bunny creations. Okay. So that was a lot of fun. So much fun. That was so much fun. Okay. Hi Meg. So I also picked Without Change There Would Be No Butterflies. All right. And the card I made is combining the Without Change There'd Be No Butterflies, like in a baby blue stamp paper, I mean. And then I have some butterfly cardstock. And then I have these die-cut butterflies also, and purple, obviously. You guys know my favorite color is purple. So I really thought, what a, great way for a spring card. And what a great, yeah, I know, Elizabeth. What a great sentiment. And definitely in life, we know that change is inevitable. We can either embrace it or run away from it. We can embrace it and learn it and grow from it. That's for sure. But sometimes it doesn't feel like that when we're going through it. That is for sure. And then I even put some of the paper on the inside, just as an added bonus. So definitely thought that was a pretty card. And that will be later. I don't have the videos up for this yet. Okay, and then finally, my other stamp that I got this month is the Floral Mousse. And Pat Huntoon, who is the Technique Junkies owner, on her Technique Junkies. Yeah, Jen, what I did was I rounded the corners, and then I used a rounded corner die, because I was trying to really pay attention to the details on this one. Yeah, the only thing I would do, hi Kathy, differently, would maybe put a little bit of like a little gem or something on the backs of the butterflies, but it's not too late. I could still do that. The mousse is on the loose. That's what Pat said today. She's so funny. She said the mousse is on the loose, and it certainly is. I think everybody has like fallen in love with this mousse, and it's such a cool mousse. The way that it's floral stands out. So I'll show you what I did. And again, this will be coming up on my, in the future, I'll have videos that come up for Technique Junkies, and you'll get to see how I did this. But I just embossed the mousse, and I used black embossing powder. And this is a embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like trees, pine trees. This is a gigantic embossing folder. It's 5 by 7. And then I took some Distress Oxide inks, and I just, this is the new Tim Holtz green color, Rustic Wilderness. It's really a pretty green color. And then I did some lighter color greens, and then I just put thank you on it. So super simple and so much fun. So those are the stamps that I got this month from Technic Junkies, plus this one. So let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, I'm going to be using, it is an incredible embossing folder. I think it's the Crafter's Companion from HSN, because it's a big one. And I know like a lot of their stuff is from UK sizes. Yeah, it really does remind you of the, thick forest. I don't know, you guys. It just feels to me that my phone is just totally crooked tonight, so I apologize. So this is Hamilco glossy cardstock, but it's actually a semi-gloss, so don't let it fool you. It's just a semi-gloss, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and trim this down real quick, and then we'll get to blending and embossing and making some beautiful floral cards. I'm a little bit short on thank you cards, so I thought I would focus on some thank you cards tonight. Okay. So glad you all are joining tonight. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to see everybody. It's been a while since I've done a live because life has been so hectic and busy. It's just been really tough. Plus, keeping up with design team work, it's hard. It's hard, you guys, to do lives and be on design teams. But I like being on design teams because it definitely helps me to get exposure to like a lot of different people and a lot of different inspiration. So, and super excited to be on the Technic Junkies team. Okay, so this is again, I said semi-gloss paper. All right, let's get in the frame here. We can actually see what I'm doing here. I'm going to grab my little, very empty at this point. It's very empty, but I don't need a lot. It's one of those little anti-static bags. Look how flat it is. It's so sad. But you know what? The powder still comes out of it, so I really don't care. I don't want to use my new one because my new one, it's too much powder. So I just use my old one. Hi, Jonna. It's okay. We're just getting started. We're going to stamp this stamp. It's just from Technic Junkies. It's the flower corner arrangement. All right, we're going to stamp it. Maybe if I turn it on the right side. Let's see. How do you stamp a rubber stamp, everybody? I need some help with that. Okay. Bump it over a little bit. And I know, it is. It reminds me of my flat pillow. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm going to use Catherine Puller Midnight Ink. I got to turn this because this Tim Holtz stamping positioning tool, if you don't have one, there's one side for rubber and then you flip it and you have the side for photopolymer or clear. And I want to be on the side for the red rubber. And the Catherine Puller Midnight Ink is a dye-based ink. It's really great for red rubber stamps. And hey, Ryan. And you do not want to use this on your photopolymer stamp unless you don't mind it becoming completely covered in ink and you'll never be able to see through your image again. But it cleans off quite nicely from our red rubber stamp. Okay. Well, that looks great. That's just on the first impression, right? How pretty is that, you guys? So now I want to emboss this. Oh, I should have done my Versamark first. I wasn't thinking. Hold on. Let's clean this off good. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. All right, I'm going to clean this stamp. I'm going to try not to move it because otherwise I'm going to mess this entire lining it up. Okay, let's just start over. We'll just do something different with that one. Okay. What I meant to do, since I'm going to be embossing, hello, is Versamark, not Midnight ink. That's my go-to ink. I'm so used to using it, my red rubber. Okay, so let's find our little, Ryan, I was showing everybody my little embossing buddy. It's like a little flat pillow for on your bed. It's so flat, like there's hardly any powder left in it, but I don't really care because there's enough powder in it that I can get powder out to do what I need to do. I have a brand new one, but it's got too much powder in it. We're going to get there tonight, folks. We will get there together. It might take me a while, but we'll get there. Now, I'm sure you all know what Versamark ink is, a clear embossing ink, a clear sticky ink. Let's go ahead and emboss. Let's go ahead and stamp this. Okay. Again, I'm using Himilco semi-gloss paper. Okay, you probably can't see that because it's embossing ink, but I see it. All right, and it's looking pretty good from here. I saw that you were doing that, Ryan. It looks really nice. Of course it does. You're doing a great job. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Yeah, Jonna, that's a really good idea. Just use some cornstarch and put it in a, like a knee-high, an old stocking. Good idea. Where's my embossing powder? Here we go. All right, so we're going to use some black embossing powder. We'll just cover the image. That looks really good. Yep, I'm pleased with that. I just have a little bit that I want to dust off here, but I can't find my little paintbrush, so I'll just rely on my fingers. Okay. All right, so I'm going to grab my heat gun and we will heat emboss this real quick. Okay. Oh, you know what I could have done with that black one? I could have just used clear embossing powder. Wasn't thinking. All kinds of combinations, right? I'll still use it. Definitely, we'll still use it. Okay. Whoa. sorry, that took a little bit longer than I expected. Maybe because it's the semi-gloss paper, maybe that's what takes it longer to melt. All right, I just want to make sure I have that cooled off before I start my ink blending. Okay. All right. Okay. So for my ink blending, I'm going to use my blender brushes and some Catherine Polar inks. Okay. It looks to me like it has some carnations in it and maybe a mum or something like that. So I can see where you guys think that there's a fall vibe. But I'm going to try to make it springy. And I'm going to go with pink, and I'm going to do an ombre like pink. So I'll start with Do-Si-Do, and then I'll make my way down to a deeper, darker pink as I make my way down the page. And these are just generic. Oh, Tracy Fear, look what I have. Just generic blender brushes, but some awesome, an awesome tool from Tracy Fear, a piece of no slip. So let me get this paper out of the way. It helps my ink pad from slipping while I am ink blending. It's awesome. Great idea. Thank you, Tracy. Look at that. Okay, so this is a coral color, this Do-Si-Do. It's more like a coral. Okay. And what I like about ink blending on the semi-gloss paper, it's very, well, it's glossy. And when you go to ink blend, it really looks nice and shiny, and it seems like it blends a lot better, in my opinion. And just, I like ink blending on glossy paper. Okay, are those poppies? Okay, then we've got more poppies. We've got poppies last month, and we've got some poppies this month. And we can do different combinations of colors for our ink blending. It doesn't, you know, you can do a rainbow ink blend. You can do whatever your favorite colors are. You can do fall colors, spring colors, summer colors, any colors you'd like. Now I'm going to switch over to the pucker up. Once I finish this line here. And I like the Himilco paper. I think it's great for ink blending on. Okay. Yeah, that's it. It slides nicely. That's right. Oh, okay. This is like a more of a hot pink, more like a fuchsia pink. And then I'll grab some of the rouge, which is truly a red color. And we'll do that at the bottom. We've also got sangria here. Wait a minute. See how easily I'm distracted? Sangria. What do you think? Sangria? It's like a purplish red. Well, you know I can't resist purple. Here goes nothing. Okay. I love it, Tracy. It's so wonderful just to be able to just swipe and without having to worry about that getting away from me. Thank you so much for sending me a piece. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so we've got definitely a gradient there, starting off with sort of like coral, then pink, then fuchsia, then sangria, purple. And these will dry, and I've found that when they dry a little bit, they kind of dry back. They're not quite as intense. And also the lines kind of fade a little bit. So if you're seeing some harsh lines right now, don't worry. They do fade back a little bit. I have another blending brush. I can try to blend it out a little bit more here. Make sure I get whatever ink color was on this off. Oh, thanks, Meg. Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this piece of paper. And we will stamp our sentiment. And that's one panel. So it's a very versatile stamp. It definitely, you can get a lot of good uses out of it. So it could be a birthday card, thank you card, anything. Thinking about you, sympathy. Okay, we'll let that dry. And we'll take the one that I stamped. Now this one is not embossed, it's just stamped with ink. The emboss makes it nice, but it's not, you don't have to emboss it. It's just another, it helps it stand out a little bit, I think. You can also stamp both corners, so let's do that. Since I didn't emboss this one, let's go ahead and stamp the other corner. Okay, let me find out where I put it. Here it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so here we go. Put that on there. Yeah, that sangria turned out really nice at the end. I agree. It looks nice. All right, let's go ahead and line this up in the corner. Actually, I'm going to overlap it a little bit so that I have a bit of a frame. And then I can trim it. Yeah, I'm going to overlap it. It's going to be a smaller area, so I'll have to trim down here. But I think there will be plenty of sentiments that I can use for that. Oh, Tracy, I hope you're feeling better. Aw. Allergies can be so bad, and you would think, like where I live, it's wintertime now. Why do I have allergies in the wintertime? Yeah. Where is my wonderful tool from Ryan? Here we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to let that dry. I think it's really pretty. I'll trim it, and then we'll put it on a card base before, well, once it dries, we'll do some ink blending in the background, and we'll put it on a card base. But I do like the way that they overlap so well together. That makes a nice wreath. Yes, thank you, Meg. I couldn't think of the word. That's what it looks like, a wreath. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to clean this off. Oh, some days I have to do Flonase and Zyrtec, and I think, oh my gosh. I think it's the heat, the dry heat, the forced air heat that we have at our house, and the dust and everything. I really do. Okay, well, I got a little bit of ink splatters on that. Not ink, but stamp cleaner splatter on that paper, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep rolling here. I'm going to tuck this further down in the corner. You can also position it at the top, probably corner. And let's do that this time. We're going to use Versamark ink. And we're going to emboss it. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hi, Bonnie. I didn't see you jump on here. Thanks, Bonnie. We don't have to use black embossing ink each time. We could use gold, silver, you know, any colors that we'd like. I like using gold embossing powder with floral images. It is such a pretty stamp. Hi, Star Patrick. I didn't see you jump on either. I must have been in the middle of... Oh, you guys. I just messed that up. Okay. It's a good thing that paper has two sides. Well, actually, that paper got all smeared with ink. I moved my paper. Somehow, I managed to move my paper. Don't know how, but I did. That's all right. Yeah, this is the flower corner arrangement stamp from Technique Junkies. I know, the itchy eyes are terrible, just terrible. Mine were itching last night. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Sometimes I have to put drops in my eyes. All right. I think you just need to use an international stamp, but I don't know. I don't know, Tracy, on the domestic how many you use. I think an international stamp is $1.10. Ryan, do you know how much it costs to send a card to Canada using domestic stamps? All right, we're going to take our black embossing powder. Forgot to use the embossing buddy. The one that's all flat and doesn't have much powder in it. That's okay. I think we'll be all right. Oh, $1.20. Okay. I think forever stamps are 55 cents each, if I'm not wrong about that, but we'll see what the group says. I might be wrong. Three. You need 3 forever stamps. Okay, I'm going to turn my heat gun on again. See how this looks now that the ink dried back a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. I like how that turned out. Okay. So let's do it's okay, Jonna. You're not causing any trouble. We want to send mail to each other. We enjoy doing that. We like sharing happy mail. That's one of the highlights of life. Okay, let's go ahead and make a rainbow ombre. So we'll use Pucker Up, Catching Rays, Cummerbund. And I think I'll do a diagonal ombre. So we'll start with, let's see here. Let's start with Pucker Up in the corner. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, hold on here. Whew. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Pucker Up in the corner. Again, we're going to do a diagonal, so we'll just go back and forth at an angle. Okay, then we'll switch to Catching Rays. Okay. I don't know about you all, but when I'm ink blending, I like to go over my colors more than once just to get a nice blend. And then cummerbund. I always seem to use a ton of this color, and it seems to be the one that I have to re-ink the most because I think it's such a pretty color. Whoops. Yep, I'm gonna have to re-ink a little bit, I think, just because I feel like I'm losing the effect of that deep ink blending between the Catching Rays. And then I'll probably trim some. I won't go all the way up to the corner. Let's get some more. Let's get some re-inker out here. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I haven't been looking at the chat. Ugh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hold on a minute here. I will do that. Oh, you're talking about stamps. Okay. Carry on. You don't need me for that. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, these are Catherine Pooler inks. Okay. Just pausing to re-ink my cummerbund. I really use this. I'm going to have to buy some more of this because I really use it a lot. I think it's my favorite color from the Date Night collection. Okay. Now when you first re-ink your ink pad, you might want to do a little bit of hi Chow. You might want to do a little bit of blending on your paper just because that's really highly saturated right now. It can really overpower things. Oh, that's much better. So smooth. Kind of lost all of my orange, so I'm going to go back in with some Catching Rays. Oh, that's looking really great now. Now we're getting all those different shades of the rainbow, except for purple. We can't do a card without purple. Okay. So for purple, we'll do Serenade. We might be using the whole panel after all. Okay. Oh, Chow, I'm so sorry you're not doing good. Go ahead, take a nap, Chow. It's okay. Go get your rest. Okay. This is Serenade from Catherine Pooler. And my fingers are covered with ink, so I just trying not to get trying to protect my image. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to re-ink the Serenade too. It's really dry. Okay. here we go. Oh, halfway there, huh? Okay. Wow. Okay. Oops. I moved my paper. That's all right. It'll be okay. If you get to that point, you're going to trim those edges anyways. Oh boy, that's a nice fingerprint right in the middle of that paper. Okay. Not very nice. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead on this one. There comes a time when you just stop while you're ahead, right? Yeah. Definitely. Well, we'll just have to stamp over that fingerprint, thumbprint, whatever that is. We will disguise it. Okay. And then we have one more panel here to ink blend. This one is where I double stamped. So let's see. Yep, that's where you put the sentiment. That's what I was thinking. Now, luckily with this one, I can hold it down here because I'm going to be trimming this one. And I want to do some purples for this one, purples and blues. All right, so we'll do Serenade and then Cummerbund and then some other color. We'll figure it out. I don't really plan ahead. I just go with it. I think I'm pressing too hard. That's the thing. I have such a heavy hand. You don't need to have a heavy hand with Himilco paper because it is so easy to blend. So that's probably where I'm running into trouble. Oh, hi, Eve. Welcome. Thank you so much for jumping on this live. It's nice for you to be here. Eve, I'm not sure if you are familiar with our Facebook group. It's called Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook, but we're not snobs. We're very nice people. We do a lot of fun things like monthly card swaps and contests and lots of prize giveaways. So I encourage you to join us on the Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. You do have to answer a few questions, but the questions are basically, you know, easy questions. They're not difficult questions, just basically, do you want to join our club? Or are you willing to be nice to people? And I'm sure you are. But you have to answer the questions in order to be let in. So don't forget to answer the questions. We want you to join. Hi, Gloria. I'm sorry if I already told you a hi tonight. I lose track. This is Do-Si-Do. So my final color will be pink. And my ink's smearing a little bit, so I guess it's not quite as dry as I thought it was. Sorry about that. But really, it's okay. This is going to be my grungy one. Ryan's like, no, Tracy, grungy does not mean ink smearing. Actually, it looks kind of cool. It's not bad looking, actually. All right, and then that will dry. Ugh, I just put my thumb in my ink. I tell you guys, I am a messy crafter. I'm messy, messy. Oh, I should have used some sangria. That's what I should have used down in that corner. Let's grab that blender. Yeah, some sangria. That was such a pretty color. Yeah, I like that color. That's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Those colors are nice together. Serenade, Cumberbund, Sangria. And then we're going to trim the bottom where all my fingerprints are. Okay. I'm going to get these inks out of the way and all these blender brushes because I'll get mess all over the place if I don't clean up right now. Okay. All right. I'm going to take and clean my hands. And we'll let these dry for a second and we'll pick out our sentiments and our we'll pick out our background papers. All of those things will come together and cover up our boo-boos, my boo-boos. Yeah, I really like the different way that the colors look. Very nice, I think. Really colorful. So if you're not into bold colors, it might not be your thing. But I like it. Back to work tomorrow. Ugh. Yep, she was doing some paperwork. I know that. Yeah. All right, let me put these away. I'm going to move these over to the side to dry, and we'll focus on this one first. And we will trim it down a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm trimming this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So this is such a pretty stamp, and there's so many different sentiments that you could use with it. You could even just put it on a piece of black card base. You wouldn't even have to mat it if you didn't want to. I'll just show you what that would look like. So that looks pretty nice. You can definitely use pastel colors. You could use any colors you like, any combination in the world. Possibilities are endless. But I thought what I would do, I've got some pretty foil cardstock here. And I also have some glitter cardstock. But I thought I'd grab some foil cardstock. So this is a pretty color foil, which would look nice behind, matted behind that. Let's see how that turns out. And I might have some trimmed already. Let me see here. My fingers are so like dry from just washing my hands all the time and daggone coronavirus, trying to keep germs off my hands. And now my fingers are getting all dry and chapped. I hate that. Yeah, just definitely, it's painful. All those little cuts. All right. Here we go. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And then that can go on top of that. Let's trim the foil just a little bit. It's a little bit too big. Ryan. And you know, you guys know this. When you craft, you're like washing your hands all the time to get the ink off your hands or whatever medium it is that you're using at the time. Yeah. Then when you go to grab something and your fingers hurt so bad, and of course the cold air, we've got some really cold temperatures. Although today it was close to 50 here in the mountains of Western Pennsylvania. I was happy for that. That was a nice change. And it was really sunny, so that was really nice. Any day with sunshine is a good day, in my opinion. Yes, sunshine makes my mood so much better. You know, we had all those days of snow in February, and then the sun started coming out, and my mood just seemed to improve so much when that happened. Yeah. Yes, seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. It's really real. Yep. Huh. Okay. We'll just go ahead and round the corners. This is a We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. They call it a crocodile. Whenever you just want to round your corners, but you might not want to run it through the die cutting machine, this is a nice alternative. Yeah, it really does. Oh my gosh, Ryan. Well, yeah, you're doing collage medium tonight, probably. Yeah, it's the crocodile chomper. It's the crocodile chomper. The one and only. Okay, let's say that we stamp our sentiment, and then we'll glue this all together. So, there's a couple sentiments. And as I said to you earlier, I need to do more thank you cards. And I need to get my thank you card stash stocked up because I'm really running low. All right, and one thing that I can do, which is what's nice about Catherine Pooler inks, just take a piece of whatever, scrap paper here. And that sangria color that we had was so pretty. So let's grab that without getting ink all over my fingers. And what I'll do then, I will ink blend some sangria on this paper. And then I'll stamp on that and cut it out. And it'll match perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to hear your podcast. How long is your podcast? Like, how long did they interview you for? Well, what was your answer, Ryan? Circle or square? Wow. Squoval? Was that your answer? One hour. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that ought to do it. Yep. I'm just going to use my heat gun and dry this ink real quick before I stamp on it. And I think I might heat emboss my sentiment with some black embossing powder. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just going to, this is sort of my way of getting my papers to match my ink. I'm going to stamp the sentiment thank you on what I just inked up. Okay, so I'm just going to get this out of there. This is just going to be my sentiment. Thank you. And I wanted it I just wanted it to match the inks that I blended. All right, let's get our embossing buddy. My sad embossing buddy, like a little flat pillow. But look, there's still powder coming out of it. I don't like too much powder. Like, that is not what I don't like when so much powder comes out that it just like is everywhere. There's still a lot of powder in that little flat pillow. Okay. So we could do Versamark. We could do white pigment ink. That would really pop. But I'm just going to go with Versamark, and I'm going to heat emboss with I don't know, Bag. I don't know if it will show up on that dark color. That's true. We might have to do white. Gold. Good idea. Gold sounds good. Okay, we'll do gold. Yep, let's try gold. White, pink, gold. Well, we know white will show up. Silver. I definitely have all of those colors. Yeah, I think silver's good. It's sort of like white, but it's also metallic-y, right? Yeah. So we'll go with silver for this one. We still have, oh, I guess my powder tool didn't do such a great job after all. Let me grab a paintbrush. I was really bragging that thing up. It let me down. Let me down big time. I don't even know if this is salvageable. Oh, the ink wasn't dry enough. Yeah. It was dry in one section, but not this section. You're right, Gloria. That's what I should have done. Emboss first, then color the background. Like I did with my flowers. Yeah, I could start over. Yeah, my K just doesn't look right. Yeah, it looks like a funny symbol. I'm not getting anywhere with that. What I could do is start over. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alrighty. Whoops. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna brush it off and dry it again. Once I get my brush here. All right, I'm gonna grab my paint gun again. Yeah, it does look really nice with the watermarks, so I'll probably just trim it down from here because why not? A happy accident. But I do want to put a little bit of silver behind my, yeah, we're going to layer it with some silver. Let's go ahead and trim this. Whoa. Okay. And I'll trim it nice and close to the sentiment. That way it won't be overpowered so much by that nice dark ink. A pretty sangria color. Super pretty. Nice and close to our words. Okay, one more to go. Holy moly. Okay, and then we will trim another piece to mount it on, which would look super pretty. Yeah, that'll look nice. That will look nice. This is what I do. I just eyeball things, you guys. Yeah. Okay, this is a tonic trimmer. It is 5 by 9. Wait, 5.5 by 9. Okay, so it doesn't quite cut very large pieces of paper, but it does cut really, really great for sentiments when you're doing this technique. And it cuts smaller pieces of paper, like your card panels and whatnot. Makes it nice. Okay, I'm going to round my corners again. Sure, Joyce. Yes, good idea, Tina. Good idea. We'll go ahead and color the edges so that it doesn't look so white. Let me grab my ink blending. Let me do the corners first, okay? And then we'll do that. Thank you, guys. I'm so happy that you're all here with me tonight because you're giving me some great reminders along the way. All right, almost done here with this one. All right. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Okay. All right. Yep, that's by We Are Memory Keepers. Nice corner rounder. Very convenient. A lot of times I'll use my dies and cut my shapes out with that, but you know, when you're doing a live show, it's just easier to grab that corner rounder. All right, we're going to add our sentiment, which is a pretty watermark. Like a happy accident. We weren't even expecting that. We'll take it. Okay. And it's crooked. I'm going to stand up. I could do it better when I can have a better view of it. Okay, that's better. Okay, so if you like this stamp and you want to get it for yourself, you can get it over at Technique Junkies. It's on sale for 15% off now through March 8th. And if you use my code, you'll get an extra 10% off on top of that. So you'll get 25% off any of the new release stamps for March 2021. Any and all of those are on sale for, you can get 15% off through March the 8th. You can also use my code on any of the new release stamps to get an additional 10% off on top of that. This thank you sentiment is not part of the new release, but this flower corner arrangement is. All right. Yeah, it's definitely like an understated sentiment. And then I'll probably put some sequins on here as well. Yeah. That will be my final touches. But I'm anxious to finish the rainbow card. I think that it needs to be trimmed since my thumbprint is nice and prominent in the corner. Yeah. I'm not sure that I'll be able to trim that much of it off. We'll just have to, we'll cover it up some other way. Not loving that thumbprint that I left on the top left-hand corner. Yeah, let's see. What other stamp do I have that will take up a little bit more real estate? Oh, that's not one. Let's see here. I'm looking, folks. I like this one. All right, so this is where you have to get creative and turn your panel in a different direction. And think about the stamp that you're going to use. Of course, you can't put your sentiment that high up, but you can reposition your what you originally thought. So I originally thought this was going to be where the sentiment was going to be in the lower right-hand corner, right? But no, we definitely need to trim this. And so we shall. We will get rid of that evidence of my big thumbprint. Yeah. Oh, I know what we can do. We can splatter it with a little bit of water. Oh, yeah. That's going to make it all look like it's got thumbprints all over it. Yes, of course. That's right. Oh, Marta, that's right. She says you can ink blend over your fingerprint, then mist with water or shimmer spray. That will totally disguise it. Good idea. I did try to ink blend over it. I wasn't getting anywhere. But I didn't ink blend over it, then splatter it with water. I was just going to splatter it with water now. Tracy, it's not that big, is it? All right, I'm going to just splatter some water on this. Okay, this is semi-gloss paper. So it does react a little bit differently, but it's still, you know, the Catherine Polar inks still are water reactive inks. Yeah. Yep. We can shimmer. Yes, we can shimmer. We've got the beautiful Shimmering Bliss sprays from Technique Junkies. Those are awesome. This is looking really cool, you guys. Like raindrops. That's what it reminds me of. What do you think? That. What fingerprint? I don't see a thumbprint. Do you? Nope, I do not. No, I do not. Totally fixed it. Phew. Like how, you know, whenever you have an audience and everybody's looking at your mistakes, it's a lot stressful. Actually, it looks really cool. It looks like rain. It looks like the rain just came down. And I like this sentiment. Have faith in your dreams. Let's use this one. Oh, it's really lightening up, you guys. I don't know if you can tell that on camera, but look at that. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Hopefully you guys can see that. I like it. It looks like I splattered it with white paint. And it's just water. That's true. I agree with you on that. Oh, we're all playing. It seems like a lot of us are really busy at work this week. What is it? Maybe it's because the first of the month is busy. I don't know. Don't know. All right, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. This time we're just going to stamp directly onto this fabulous splattered. It looks like acid wash. That's what it reminds me of. Like, you know, because like when the rain, yeah, like I like the way that turned out. Even though there was a big old boo-boo there. We are good to go now. If I could just find my stamp positioning tool. I mean, I only have 3 of them. Where did I put the one that I was just using? I don't know. Okay, that's all right. We'll grab the other one. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, put that up in the corner. Oh, that looks awesome. It's buried. It is. It has to be buried. Okay. Oh, and this is when, you know, I grab a piece of acetate. And who's off on Friday? Oh, Stacy is. Good for you, Stacy. Okay, this says, have faith in your dreams. Have faith that if you make a boo-boo on your card, don't throw it away, right? Just keep working through it, guys. Ladies, don't let it, and Ryan, don't let it put you in the point where you're like, file 13. Okay, that's totally crooked. Thank goodness I checked with my handy dandy piece of acetate first. Okay. Try again. Oh, That's great, Stacy. Okay. All right, let's hope that I'm a little bit less crooked this time. Oh no, we're still running downhill. Let's try to run a little bit uphill. Just gonna tilt it a little bit. Thank goodness for acetate. Yeah, that looks nice. I am satisfied with that, the way that's aligned. I'm using Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. Again, this is an archival ink. It's very, very great ink for using on red rubber stamps. But if you use it on photopolymer stamps, it will stain your stamps. I have actually gotten these two magnets have come together and a little piece of them chipped. That's what happens if you're not careful about your magnets and they come together and they collide. So what I did was, in case this ever happens to any of you, I just put some purple tape so it's not so sharp around that edge there. That's what I did. Okay. Because, first of all, half of the places that you look to buy these magnets from are sold out, so... And they're like $8 a piece, which is really expensive, I think, for a magnet. So, thank you. All right, so there we've got our beautiful panel that really, I thought for sure was not going to be salvageable because of my big thumbprint. But actually it turned out really good. Okay, and then we can just go ahead. Let's just mat this one right onto the black card base. Okay, we don't have to do a matte layer every time. I mean, although I love putting a matte layer. Let's see. I've got some gold here. Well, that actually looks really nice. All right, I'm taking that back. We're going to mat it with a piece of gold foil cardstock, but I just need to trim this one edge. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm excited. My paper's still a little damp, so I'm going to be careful so I don't smear my ink. Well, I just cut that crooked. Okay, now we're straight. I'm going to have to use my heat gun again. I don't know if you guys noticed this either, but when I used water on the Catherine Pooler inks, it really muted them. Like, it definitely dialed it back a notch, so it's not so like neon bright. So that was cool, I thought. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and This beautiful gold foil cardstock will be our matte layer. Hey, Mary, how are you? Thank you all for jumping on tonight as I struggle through some card making. Performance anxiety. Okay. All right. Haha. That looks nice. I love it. Okay, great, 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 great. And then our final one is just this pretty, sort of made it like a wreath. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. Out of the ashes, we will rise. Even on the nights when your brain doesn't want to work, and it seems like no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get it going in the right direction. You just persevere. Don't give up. It will be okay. And you can really make anything work, even when you have a big thumbprint in the middle of your card panel. Yeah, even then. So by me trimming this down, it leaves me a lot of space on top and on bottom of my panel. So I'm going to use some pattern paper at the top and pattern paper at the bottom, just so that it breaks up that a little bit of, so I have this beautiful pattern paper. It's from Stampin' Up, from Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. I love it. It's actually like this really pretty ombre color. And I thought that if I put my panel on top of that, so let me just trim this first. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Tracy. That's a really good idea. Piece of foil here. And a piece of foil underneath. Like that. Yeah, that would work. That would take up some space too. All right, let's try that. Kind of like that idea better. Better than paper. Yeah. Which layer, Stacy? Emboss which layer? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Run it through my embossing with an embossing folder. Good idea. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to pick an embossing folder with your help, of course. I've got this, not that one. Not that one. I don't know if this one will look right. It's this 3D painted texture embossing folder. I like it because of the way it looks. I like the way that it looks like plaster or something. Yeah, I should just use a floral. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, let me grab a floral. Yeah. So indecisive tonight. What is wrong? Okay, we got a pretty one here. Let's see. This one is pretty. It's sort of like it's called Baroque wallpaper. Let's see here. Do the other one, she says. You already have the floral. Your stamp. Okay. Okay, we'll do the plaster one, Stacy. We'll do the plaster one. Okay. Okay. You guys just talk amongst yourselves there, and I'll be right back. I'm going to run this through my machine. I'm not going really far. I'm still in the same room. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. So in case you guys are wondering, that is a Stampin' Up! Embossing folder. Looks like plaster. Yeah, it's really cool. I just need to trim this panel a little bit. It's just not quite right. Yeah. Hold a second. Yeah. Yep. I can see that too. I'll be down in a second, Jake. My son's getting ready for bed, so I'm going to have to wrap it up here in a second. Boy, I am cutting this so crooked tonight. Just so crooked. I'm going to try to get this straightened up a little bit. Wow. Maybe I just stamped it crooked. That could be it. Yeah, that might be the reason why. Okay, we're just going to have to live with it, folks. Because actually, the paper is cut straight. My stamp is just a little crooked. That was my fault. Mary. Wow, it's pretty. Such a pretty embossing folder. Such a textured embossing folder. I love it. I love this foil cardstock. This really highly reflective metallic silver. Thanks, Stacy. Sangria at the bottom. All right, now we have 3 cards with 1 stamp set. Stamp set is flower corner arrangement from Technique Junkies. It is on sale. You can make a wreath out of it. You can put it in any corner of your card. Any corner, really. It looks great. and any type of sentiment it looks nice with. All right. So I want to say thank you all for jumping on my live tonight, and hope you enjoyed our card making together. Don't forget to use my discount code over at Technique Junkies. And don't forget that the flower card, the flower stamp, flower corner arrangement is part of the new release, and it is on sale for 15% off until the 8th of March. And you can also get an additional 10% off on top of that. Not only is this one 15% off until March the 8th, but all of the new release stamps that I shared with you earlier in our live are available for 15% off, plus the 10% as well on top of that. So I'm so glad that you all jumped on the live tonight. It's been so much fun hanging out with you guys. I appreciate all of the card making tips and techniques that we shared together. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, and have a great evening. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.